Alright, so San Diego Comic-Con 2024 has officially begun, and with that, Tamashii Nations has already revealed a number of new figures in the Dragon Ball Figuarts line. First and foremost, we can see these three figures right here, revealed and announced based on the upcoming anime Dragon Ball Daima. So to start things right off, we have Son Goku Mini Daima. So I'm just going to read off here from the official Tamashii webpage. Son Goku Mini from Dragon Ball Daima, scheduled to be rolled out in the fall of 2024, is now available at SH Figuarts. So to start things off right here, we see, series Dragon Ball Daima, which as we saw in the previous tab there, we have these three in the Tamashii web website. There is now a product list for Dragon Ball Daima. Anyway, price 3,960 yen. So this is going to be probably a standard $35 figure in the US, 35 USD. Type of sale retail product. So this is going to be at official physical retailers. It'll be a general release, which is great. Pre-orders open on August 1st, and its release date is October 2024. And alongside this first image, we also have, the rest of the product features and more promo images. So yeah, Son Goku Mini. Alright, already read that. The Son Goku Mini from Dragon Ball Daima, scheduled to be released in the fall of 2024, will be converted into SH Figuarts with the size and unique movable structure of the image in the movie. Basically they're recreating the figure from the actual anime. The SH Figuarts figure is completely newly sculpted to match the character design of Dragon Ball Daima, which is scheduled to be developed in the fall of 2024. This is true. So to start things off, we have, these are the other promo shots. So interchangeable head parts are also included that can be used to recreate the fluttering pose, expanding the scope of play. Flying poses, basically. This is the Tamashii webpage, which means that this is, basically machine translated. So, nothing, it's not all one-to-one English translation, but that's all right. Despite the size of approximately 70 millimeters in height, the movable structure specially designed for this product allows you to recreate cool action poses such as stances. So that's, what we see here. Then next up, the extended Nyoibo part is included so you can recreate battle scenes using the Nyoibo. 3 interchangeable facial parts are included: screaming, clenching teeth, and smiling. So yeah, those are all the promo shots we can see there. Here are the product specifications. Height, approximately 70 millimeters. Material, ABS and PVC. Standard affair. In the contents, alongside the main body, there are 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, 3 interchangeable faces, interchangeable head parts, a set of Nyoibo parts, and interchangeable uniform parts. Now, this interchangeable uniform part, I'm actually really curious about because I'm not quite sure yet what that means. I don't know what it is that is interchangeable. I don't know if it's a skirt piece, if this actual skirt piece is different, because I would have assumed it would be just soft plastic. But maybe it is an interchangeable piece that's that allows more range of motion in the legs, or maybe it's something else entirely. I cannot tell yet, but I'm really curious about this figure. And especially in the actual anime itself, super curious about this design. For the ski for Goku, those boots aren't a type of boot that I think we've ever seen with Goku. The actual skirt piece is starting to feel really reminiscent of End of Z Goku, which I think is awesome. If depending on when Daima takes place, this could be a really cool stepping stone to the End of Z. We'll see. But next up, we have Vegeta Mini Daima. So, same thing. 3,960 yen, so probably another $35 figure. Retail product, pre-orders open August 1st. His release date is November 2024, so that's a little different. But, yeah. So, yeah, and here we go with Vegeta. Now, this design is basically, it's Cell Saga Vegeta. Which, we're used to. That's how he looked in a lot of Dragon Ball Super. It's Cell Saga Vegeta. But in, obviously, smaller form. Yep, same design as Dragon Ball Daima. So yeah, interchangeable head parts are also included that can be used to recreate the fluttering pose, expanding the scope of play. So just like Goku, Vegeta also has a windswept head sculpt, or windswept hair, which I think looks really interesting. I prefer the way the windswept hair looked on Goku, but it works for what it is. Yeah, despite its size of approximately 70 millimeters in height, movement structure, it's specially designed for this product, allows you to recreate cool action poses such as stances. So same thing. Here we got this high kick. Yeah. Oh yeah, interchangeable crossed arm parts are also included, allowing you to recreate Vegeta signature poses. Or Vegeta signature pose. So yeah, this does come with a crossed arms piece, which does look like it ports in directly into the sides of the torso. Good stuff. Interchangeable facial parts are included: screaming, clenching teeth, and grinning. Basically the same faces that are included with Goku. Yeah. Small little guy. This is intriguing. Our first ever figure of a small Vegeta. Again, approximately 70 millimeters. Material ABS PVC. With main body, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, 3 interchangeable faces, interchangeable head parts, and an interchangeable folded arms piece. So after that, we have Piccolo Mini Daima. So same deal up here. Same deal there. Here we go. So Piccolo, while Goku and Vegeta were said to be about 70 millimeters, Piccolo is said to be 85 millimeters. So yeah, despite its size of about 85 millimeters in height, the specially designed movable structure allows you to recreate cool action poses such as stances. The cape part is made of cloth with built-in wires, so you can recreate a fluttering cape. So as you may have already noticed, yes, the cape part is cloth, much like the recently released Super Saiyan Gohan from the Cell Saga. Which also means that this is the first Piccolo that they've ever released to have a cloth cape, or a soft goods cape, which I think is super interesting. I really hope that soon enough, eventually, we could get a new Piccolo figure, like a 3.0 Piccolo of some type, with a cloth cape. I think that would be great. I think it's unfortunate that, now that they're doing cloth capes, we don't have any for Piccolo, which is kind of just the nature of development in line. Whenever you start developing, like, upgrades to like the different figures, suddenly all the old ones, you start to notice what they're lacking. Anyway, interchangeable crossed arm parts are also included, allowing you to recreate Piccolo's characteristic standing pose. So big thing to note here is that we have finally a closed eyes face for Piccolo, a meditating face basically. So that's super cool. In addition to interchangeable facial expressions of closed eyes and screaming, that can be used with the interchangeable head part with the turban wrapped around it, 3 other interchangeable head parts are also included. Let's see. I'm curious about this. Let me move on real quick. Let's see. All right, so I need to look. Okay. So the images that we see of Piccolo so far, we only see images of him with the turban. Which leads one to think that he will not be coming with, any like turbanless heads. However, this right here makes it seem like we get 2 faces for the turban head and 3 interchangeable heads without the turban. Basically, similarly to how the original, or not the original, the 2.0 Piccolo the Proud Namekian figure was. That's curious. Okay. Product specifications: height approximately 85 millimeters, material ABS PVC cloth, contents: main body, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, 3 interchangeable heads, 2 interchangeable facial expressions, interchangeable folded arms, and the cloak. So looking here, we got 1 face, 2, 3. All right, so we got the 1 face and 2 interchangeable faces, which fits with this. So I'm thinking that this figure actually does come with the turbanless heads, but it's just one way or another. They're not in the promo shots yet. All right. But yeah, so here is of course the image of all three figures together. Some really interesting stuff. I think something I'm curious about, which I need to rewatch the trailer and see if it's something I noticed, is that here the small Goku Mini and Goku Vegeta, it looks like Goku Vegeta, Goku Mini and Vegeta Mini. It actually looks like Vegeta might be a little bit taller just by like stature and where the actual head would end. But hey, I don't know. That might be accurate. Maybe it's because, you know, technically Vegeta's a little older. Who knows? Whatever. Either way, this is what the three figures look like standing together. I'm currently a really big fan of the way these three figures look. They're very cutesy, seem to be very accurate to the actual, you know, source material of Dragon Ball Daima from what we've seen so far. The matte finish on Goku, I think, looks really appealing. He just looks like a really high quality figure for being such a small, you know, little guy. But I'm really curious about how these three are going to turn out. The coloration and all this stuff just kind of like, it really gives off this really cutesy feel. And with these being, you know, figures of the last Dragon Ball product that it seems we'll ever see that Toriyama worked on, I'm honestly really looking forward to not only seeing the anime, but hopefully getting these figures in hand, especially with them being general retail releases. One other thing I'd like to say is that with Piccolo being costing more than the others, I forgot to mention this, 7,150 yen, so he's going to be around probably $65 figure. I think it would only make sense for him to come with a turbanless head too, because otherwise, that's a lot of money. One way or another, for such a small figure, that's quite a bit of money. But yeah. Anyway, with that, the other surprise reveal at SDCC was this Dragon Ball Z figure, SH Figuarts, Super Saiyan Goku Z Warrior. So basically, let's read out the description. From Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan Goku Z Warrior appears on SH Figuarts. 2 types of head parts and 3 types of facial expression parts are newly sculpted to resemble the opening scene and the play. Again, machine translated. The hair and uniform parts are painted over the clear molding to resemble the scene in the opening of Dragon Ball Z when the Z fighters gather and Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. Sold, and again, so this is a Tamashi Nation store exclusive. So this is a figure that will be exclusive to the Tamashi store. The actual physical big box physical locations like the flagship store in Akihabara in Tokyo, or, you know, I believe there's one in New York. I think there's more now. Anyway, this guy can only be purchased at the physical store, much like the new Dragon Ball stands, the like 1 through 7 star Dragon Ball stands, and the store exclusive Kid Goku figure, which is based off of, you know, like the Demon King Piccolo saga. This is a figure, as the description alluded to, this is a figure based on Chala Head Chala, specifically the second version where Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. As I said there, it is clear molded plastic that has been painted over with a brand new head sculpt, new facial expressions, and a set of 6 promo images. So let's just, you know, look through these. So first and foremost, we have, you know, this image here. The first thing that I'm noticing is the fact that, like, with it being the clear molded plastic, this is a very like bright yellow that reminds me a lot of the original, like, very first Super Saiyan Goku that Figuarts released in the early 2010s. Just the first thought that came, first thing that came to my mind. Very yellow. I think it's really supposed to resemble and get across the idea of that Super Saiyan glow from the opening when he first transforms in Chala Head Chala. Anyway, enough of my rambling on. Let's just look through the rest of the images here. So yeah, we got Goku in a standard pose here. We see a couple of the hands he comes with. I think as far as hands and stuff go, it's going to be the standard figure affair. The real, you know, kicker, the real difference with this figure and other ones is obviously the clear molded body, which is interesting. and the new head sculpt. But yeah, we, you know, just standard Goku stuff here. Here is where you can see this other head sculpt, which is him right as he transforms in the opening. And this is basically the image that's really supposed to get that feeling across of, you know, recreating that scene from the opening, which I think is super interesting since they're revealing this at San Diego Comic-Con right at the same time as, of course, the San Diego Comic-Con. One of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives this year is Goku as he appeared in the first opening of Dragon Ball Z, the first version of Chala Head Chala. So with that being the event exclusive and this being store exclusive, we now have both of those versions of Goku represented in the line, albeit in sort of limited releases. Something that this really made me think about, though, when I first saw it, is that with them releasing specific versions of Goku to match with Chala Head Chala, there's a potential for them to make a new version of Trunks. I was thinking with like the sleeveless shirt, the you know, black sleeveless tee, to represent the way Trunks appeared during Chala Head Chala. Since that was a big thing that people were a little bit disappointed about when the Trunks figure released, since they couldn't actually recreate the opening faithfully, since you couldn't really remove Trunks' you know, jacket. Anyway, that's just speculation. You know, anyway, so that is one of the other new figures shown. 5,000 yen. So this would actually be, you know, 50, hopefully, all considered, this would be 50 USD or less, probably, yeah, 50 USD or less. Release date October 2024. So starting in October sometime, this will start to be stocked at the Tamashii store. Very interesting stuff. Anyway, after that, we got shown an image of this new character from Dragon Ball Daima. I can't remember his name. Let me pull this up real quick. So, excuse me. So alongside the other Dragon Ball Daima figures, which were actually announced that we know are going to be released at some point, we got a display of this character, Goma. Goma from Dragon Ball Daima. So this is a prototype. No idea whether or not this will actually get released or anything like that, but they did show a prototype of this figure, of this character. So this, if I remember correctly, this figure seems to be our very first, or this character seems to be our very first canonical look potentially at a Makaioshin, which is basically one of the Kaioshin of the demon realm, since Dragon Ball Daima really focuses on, like, you know, the demon realm and things like that. Really interesting stuff. Not too much for me to say here. I haven't looked closely enough at the trailer to figure out, you know, how accurate this is, but based on what I've seen and what I assume, this is probably a good look. I can't remember it well enough, to be honest. It's been a little bit too long. It's actually not even been that long since I watched it. I'm tired. Okay. But yeah, Goma. Cool stuff. Prototype. We don't know if this is gonna get released. But just today, we have now seen, you know, with the event actually starting, this is the actual physical display of the announced Daima figures. So Goku, Piccolo, and Vegeta. And actually, looking at this here, with this display, without like the difference in perspective, Goku and Vegeta definitely look more around the same height. And honestly, Goku here does look taller than Vegeta. So that all makes sense now. Piccolo is definitely a clear bit taller than Goku and Vegeta. And actually, I wish we could get an actual Piccolo figure that was this much taller than a standard Goku figure. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, this is just basically another look at the three figures in person. People who are actually at San Diego Comic-Con can get to look at these, you know, take a quick, nice long gander. This is a close-up on Goku, and honestly, I love the way this looks. That face, again, super cute. Something about the proportions of this figure, I think, seem like they really fit that like chibi style, and I think they're like, again, really cute. I think they did a great job on the proportioning. Here's a closer look at Vegeta, standing stuff. Piccolo, there's that cloth cape. And yeah, So this is the very final image, and yeah, that's basically everything that I have to talk about with San Diego Comic-Con so far. I'm sure there'll be new announcements, new bigger stuff. I will say, I forgot to mention this. These figures, this is not the first time we are hearing about these figures. Technically, there had been images of them that have been circulating online, but this is the first time that we are seeing, you know, official confirmation from Tamashii worldwide. But yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be more stuff. I've been seeing some like rumors and like some like potential images of other Dragon Ball related news for figures that seems really exciting at the event. But again, I'm not sure about it yet. Speculation. If anything new gets shown, I'll try and get that information out as soon as I can. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a good day, good week, good month, good anything. And I'll catch you all maybe in the next informational video. Peace.